welcome everyone. Happy Monday. Hi, Kim.
Happy first day of summer.
Oh, I didn't even know that. It's first day of summer?
It is. Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Is that why we're doing this topic? Summer 2021. We're here. It's here.
It is. It's here. And we need to talk about social media strategy and something that I'm seeing across the board. I've been doing a lot more audits and action plans and discovering that it's really hard to make social media work or have it work effectively if we're not posting consistently.
Oh my God, it's so true. And for those who don't know, when people coach with me, one of the things they get, especially in my group, Profit Insiders for Interior Designers, they get a social media audit by you included in the price, and a website audit and all kinds of things they get from me when they coach with me. So you've been doing some social media audits for me and
Yes.
for other people. So what are you discovering?
Yes. So what I'm discovering is that people are they're not consistently posting. And when I ask people about why, I know it's hard, we all get busy, but when you're using it as a marketing strategy, you have to have a marketing plan and goal. And so then when I ask them why, a lot of times they're just stuck. They don't know what to post. So I thought I would share how we come up with ideas to post for our clients. So first of all, whenever we meet with a client, we talk about what their goals are. And most of the time when people are first using social media, it's basically brand recognition. It's just so that people can develop that know, like, and trust, know who you are. And that's the first phase. And then we go into that next phase where we'll use social media to really grow and market their business. But for most people, they're still in that phase one. And so looking at what your goals are and then developing what's called content buckets. And so we like to think of like 6 different areas for content buckets. And once you have these buckets in place, you could really sit down and plan your content for a month in just a couple hours a month. For especially for like Instagram and Facebook. Facebook now allows through their studio that you can post to Instagram, so you can schedule that. So You don't even have to pay for a tool. For most designers, I would say posting 3 times a week would be a minimum recommendation. That's just kind of a good way to at least you have a presence, you can hit some of these buckets and hit your goals. If you're in the coaching and more of the service-based and you have good content, you can post more than that. And the more that you post, the more people are going to know. So should you only post 3 times a week? No. If you have good content, you can post every day. If people are engaging and they like what you have to say, post. So kind of set your posting schedule based on your goals, but minimum of 3 times a week is
minimum of 3 times a week.
Yep. And so for the content buckets, inspiration. People love inspiration. So anything, Monday motivation, a Sunday is a good day to have like a inspirational quote, success quote, anything like that. If you're a designer, where do you find inspiration? Take a picture if you're walking, use that as an inspirational bucket. So anything like that could go into the inspiration bucket. Entertainment. Everybody loves to be entertained. That's why cat memes are people love them. I personally, like whatever. But usually if you have pictures of cats, dogs, or babies, that's entertainment. But
I know, it's so funny, right? Anything that makes people smile.
Right. Yeah. So entertainment is a big one. And then another one would be conversation. So can you start a conversation, create a poll, ask a question, this or that? I start my morning with a cup of coffee. How do you start your morning? Type things just to get that conversation started. If you have a specific niche like designers, they could ask which room in your home is your struggle when it comes to decorating. What's your favorite paint color, or are you planning any home remodel projects in the next year, just to get that conversation started?
And you know what, I'm going to add to that, because sometimes when it comes to that conversational side, as much as I always try to promote the positive, you could also go, which color do you hate the most? Like, what's one color you would never put in your home? Or on the coaching and consultant side, what's one topic that you hate reading about? Like, what's your someone might say politics. I don't want to listen to politics anymore, like whatever. So sometimes in the conversation side, if you go on the negative, you can get a little bit more interaction sometimes.
Right. And know this too, that if you haven't engaged with your audience a whole lot prior, starting to ask engagement questions doesn't mean all of a sudden it's going to turn the water on and they're going to start engaging. It takes time. And sometimes even if you have colleagues that you're helping each other grow your business, you can just message someone and say, hey, I asked a question on my page. Would you help me out and go answer it? And just having someone else answer it sometimes will get that juice to get that going. So don't be afraid to reach out to your circle of friends to like, hey, I'll help you, you help me. And then that will help the algorithm work a little bit better so more people get to see.
Right.
The next one is education. We all have the ability to educate people on any topic that is near and dear to our heart, whether it is your specific field, whether it's a hobby that you have. And don't be afraid to share tips, because the people that are going to hire you, you can give them all the tips in the world. They're still going to hire you. Like, a lot of people are afraid, well, I don't want to share all my secrets.
Oh my God, I hear that every day and it drives me insane.
Right.
I mean, share everything you know on your platforms at some point, so you'll be known as the expert, and the people who want to hire you are going to hire you for implementation, not just for inspiration and ideas.
Right.
But to be seen as an expert, you need to share.
You do. And you can't overshare, because anything that we know, basically people can find out through YouTube.
Exactly.
Like, anything that I know, or, we have our own little twists on it, but you can find most everything. So don't be afraid to share through the education. And then connection. This one is really important, and I've seen it happen a couple times over the last few days on some of my clients' accounts and my personal account. So the behind the scenes, getting to know you as a person. So my Instagram, I've always just really posted everything social media tips, our videos, those kind of things. Well, last week I shared a post about breast implant illness, which is total off topic for me, but something very passionate to me. And I thought, I'm just going to put it out there. That's the best post that I've ever had. The most engagement, the most analytics, people loved it. I picked up some new followers. And so don't be afraid to connect with people on a personal level and a business level.
It's so true, because if you're just constantly pushing out content about your business and you're not making it personal at all, people don't feel as connected to you, for sure.
I was blown away. Like, I was so surprised. And I had another client that she talks on a very tough subject of betrayal. And she had mentioned how hard it was to buy Father's Day cards when you've been betrayed. And the resonated with the audience. Like, she was honest. It was tough. It's a tough situation. And how that connection, people were able to connect. So you don't have to share everything personal and deep if you don't want, but connecting. How can people connect with you? If you support a local coffee shop and you just love them, give them a shout out and connect, and people will have that, like, oh, I have my favorite coffee shop too, here, blah, blah, blah. So that people can develop, because they work with people they know, like, and trust. And when they can connect with you on a personal level.
Right. And we're all real people. We're all real people with real good stuff and bad stuff happening in the background. It's not just our public persona. So let that show, because that's what makes people, I hate that know, like, and trust. We've got to come up with another word for that. But that's the way they feel connected to you, if they have some kind of common ground. And they won't be afraid to hire you. That's what people are afraid of. If I put too much of my personal life out there, people might be afraid to hire me. It's actually the opposite, because they want to hire somebody who they feel will relate to their life. So if something's happened in your life that's happening in their life, that actually makes them more connected to you.
Right. And like the post that I had posted, it actually opened up to a whole new network of people that normally wouldn't know who I am. But now that they have this post, and chances are they're business owners, or they know someone that might need social media. So it's that bigger connection, that bigger picture that we don't always see.
Absolutely.
And the last one is a promotional post. So this is where I see some business owners get it wrong, is they use social media to promote. But really, 1 out of every 4 posts should be a promotional post. So that should be your services, putting someone, sending them back to your website, about you, what you're offering. And the rest of the posts would be those value-based or the get-to-know-you-based posts.
Love it.
So that's it.
All right. So let's see. Wait, how many categories did you have? 6. Inspiration, entertainment, conversation, education, connection, and then promotional.
Correct.
So everyone who's listening, if you're just hopping on now or you're watching on replay, make your list. And I like what you said, that you can plan a month in advance. See, I have trouble planning 6 months in advance or a year in advance, because to me, part of what I'm posting is what is of interest to me at the moment, what I'm reading, who I'm talking to, what's going on in my life, what's going on in the world. So I don't want to go and plan my posts a year in advance. That makes me nervous, actually, and then it makes me have to change things. I want to go with what's on my mind each month.
Right.
So
and one thing we find, people are like, if they hire us and we do that, the basic, the 3 posts a week for them, then the clients that have the best success are the ones that pop in with the day-to-day, oh, this is going on, or like this morning, it's gorgeous outside here, so I could take a picture of the happy first day of summer with some of my flowers as an extra post, which people, when you have that balance of that scheduled and then in the moment, or something comes and touches your heart and then you post, that's where you really kind of start seeing that social media success sweetness spot.
yes. Or doing a reel once a week.
Right. Like I was looking at your number, your reels, like, are fabulous, are famous, like your number.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Let me just tell you though, the struggle is real. Like, you know, the real struggles for reels. It's for me to learn how to do reels. My daughter's been helping me. But I do love it. Like once it's up there, I'm like, oh my God, I really like this. But it's like, to get it done, I'm in the beginning stages of learning something new. So just like all of you who are listening, when you're learning something new, it's a struggle. My brain hurts a little bit and it gives me a little anxiety. But then once it's out there, I'm like, oh, this is good. So I know I'm in that learning curve. That everyone who's starting to use their social media in a new way, some way they've never tried before, understand that there's a learning curve and you have to get through the mindset issues and the learning how to all at the same time. And it takes time.
It does. It does. And so if you're not posting consistently at all, make it your goal to post once a week this week.
Once a week.
Yep. And then increase it as you can. But 3 would be our goal to get to for sure.
Okay, very good. All right, baby steps, everyone. This was Marketing Monday. Kim, I forgot to put your name up there. Look at that.
Oh, man.
Look at that. Both of us. Look at us. Look at me. I'm falling down on the job here, but yours is supposed to say marketing strategist. Tell everybody where to find you.
My business is Fresh Impact. You can find us on Facebook, or our website is freshimpactllc.com.
Or both of the groups that this is streaming into. So they can tag you or I at any point. All right, guys, go have a great week. Happy first day of summer. I hope this was helpful today to start making sure you're focusing on your social media. Like Kim said, at least 3 times a week. You could try to plan out a month in advance with the topic buckets that you have told us about, right? All the different strategies they can use. And it's time, like even in the summer where people aren't tied to social media as much, it's important for you to stay consistent, because it's like people are going to look you up. New people might be popping on at any point. So don't give up. Don't give up on your marketing.
Right.
Okay.
No. Good luck.
Thanks, Kim. All right. Bye, everyone. See you next week.